Hello everybody and welcome back here on Eiersholt. It's day 2 of summer, so we're still in early summer. I was just in here in the office in the farmhouse getting a few bits of paperwork sorted out this morning, making sure that all the bills have been paid. As you can see, money is going down. We're now below the £200,000 or €200,000 mark. We're playing in euros on this map, of course. But it's close to 7 o'clock in the morning, and as I mentioned, we're going to take a look at animals today. Now, obviously, we spent all of the last episode basically getting pigs in, so I'm not going to bore you with every single detail of every little scoop or tidy up of every stable, but we're going to take a quick look at each animal, see how they're doing, and then we're going to get on with actually using some of the slurry to fertilize our grass. Now, we cut grass already in late spring, gave us a pretty good yield, and we've got to fertilize it again, so we'll be able to get a second and, well, if we're extremely lucky, I guess a third cut as well, but definitely a second cut sometime in autumn time or very late summer. I assume it'll be into autumn. But first of all, let's have a quick look at how the pigs are doing, both in terms of feed and growth. So here we are. They are our Gloucestershire Old Spot pigs. We got 72 of them in the 2 loads we brought in the last episode. And they've now risen to 35 kilos, which I guess is pretty good, but I'm a little bit worried because the health keeps going down. So we've given them 2 types of food. We've kept them topped up on water. They're fully clean, so there's no dirt being created, which I assume might be associated with the manure perhaps, but so I'm not quite sure. I think they were 73 or 76 yesterday, after we brought them in and we checked them the first morning, so they dropped a fair old bit, which is a little bit concerning. So I think part of what we're going to do today is we are going to pick up a few boxes of pig food and try and give them some of that to see if that will stem the reduction. But for now, the only thing that the pigs really need at this very moment is a top off of water, so we'll get that done. But before we do that, we're basically going to head around and check on all the animals first of all, see how they're doing, and then I'll very quickly get the work done for topping them up on feed and so forth, and then we can get on to pumping out some slurry as well. We'll head over this way and take a quick look at the chickens. So in total I got 71 chickens in that coop, so they're doing reasonably well, I think. There's a couple of boxes of eggs there, so not too bad. It looks like there's still feed, there's no mess, but we'll take a look nonetheless. So here we are, we got just about half the amount of grain left in the animals, but everything else is looking fine. It says 5 liters of eggs. That means the new box has literally just started filling, so I'm actually a little bit surprised. Eggs well, chickens are not as productive with seasons now as they used to be in plain vanilla farming sim. So we got 2 jobs now. We got water for the pigs and a top up of grain for the chickens, and then we'll head up and check out probably our most demanding customers here on the farm, the cows. We've got the Holstein cattle, which is supposed to be the hungriest type. Now, I didn't really feed them at all yesterday, so there's a fairly good chance that they're quite low on feed in here. But we'll hop in and take a look. I can just park here. We're not producing any milk yet, as far as I'm aware at least. So here we are. Now, I should mention one thing is I still have an issue with the cleanliness, but that's because I carried over a save game. This issue has been fixed in an update of the map. I think it was version 1.0.5, but I carried over the same game from earlier, and I think that's affecting the cleanliness of the cow. So if you download this map, you will be able to get full cleanliness. But let's have a look and see how these cows are doing. Okay, we got to them just in time. They are basically almost entirely out of TMR, although there's plenty of grass for them to feed on, so it's not like they would have starved to death fully. They are very low in water. In fact, I think they're so low in water that the water pump that I installed has kicked in and is maintaining them. And as you can see, my cleanliness is sitting at 0%. I might be able to bring it over a little bit, but not an awful lot. But I think we got our list of priorities here. We need water for animals, big style, both for pigs and for cows. After that, we'll get the TMI in, total mixed ration for the cows here. And then we will get the grains topped up for the chickens as well. And that'll be the animal husbandry duties done, so we can get on with fertilizing that grass field as well. But quite conveniently, we keep our sort of animal feeding equipment over here in the shed. We use the Massey Ferguson drop nose, and we've got the water tanker sitting here as well. So the very first thing I'll do is to hook that up, take it over to the cows and just drain off what's in there. My guess is they are going to need quite a lot of water, in fact. So we got 6,766 liters sitting in this tank. It's easily going to drain that, and probably another 2 tank loads on top of that. Now, I'm not 100% sure. In FS17, the season has also affected how much water the animals drank, and I know that water consumption for cattle went up drastically during the summer. Now, it's not actually super warm, it's only 7 degrees today, so it shouldn't be that bad. But we'll get them topped up, and we'll probably need to do a couple of runs here, so we'll get on with it. First load of the morning filling up. Second tank load of the morning. And we got there. I think they are actually full now. Our tank has stopped before it really overflows the whole water trough there. So that was 1.5 and a bit tank, about 10,000 liters we added in at least. Probably even a bit more, 13,000 liters. But I think we got enough in the tank to fill up the pigs as well. So let's get that done. That's us all sorted for water, so we'll turn our attention to getting some mixed ration sorted out for the cows now. Just mix it a little bit again, since it's been sitting overnight in the feeder, and then we should be able to start dropping it out here. Taking it nice and steady down the row. Not going to make it that far, I think. Looks like we're full. And indeed, we're back up to nearly over 22,000 liters of water, and just shy of 5,000 liters of total mixed ration. So, cows should be good. And here's our bag lifter, sitting ready to collect the next bag of grain. So we're going to use close to half of this bag. Now the pigs haven't really touched their grain at all, because they seem to be feeding on the sunflower grain that we gave them first. So I think it looks like the animals pick off the best food first, feed on that and maintain their health perhaps, and if there's none of that available, then they go to sort of the second tier or second quality of food. but I guess that's okay. So that's grains filled up. We've still got half a bag here. That should last us a little while. And we have a bit of spare sitting in the silos, so we can refill these couple of bags here at least. So that shouldn't really be a problem. So we're going to hold off on getting pig food because we actually want to get this slurry out on the grass. We can collect the pig food a little bit earlier. Like I said, they're not exactly starving to death. So we'll just hop in the pickup truck and we'll have to go down and collect one of our larger tractors for this job and then start getting some slurry pumped into the tank. It's a brand new piece of machinery that we haven't actually used on the farm, the Horsch drag hose spreader. So we're going to use our newest and biggest tractor here, the Case Optim, and we'll bring it over to the cow pit first of all. Pigs really only just arrived recently, so I don't expect there to be an awful lot there. It might help top up the tank one last time or something like that, but to begin with, we'll stick with the slurry from the cows. So we just come in here. And we got hose system right around here. And we should be able to. We've got 52,000 litres, so that's 2 and a bit trailer loads. This trailer takes 21,000 litres. That was pretty quick. We've got 21,000 litres in the tank. Now the Optim has to work a bit because this tank has suddenly got quite heavy. But let's get it over to the grass field and see how we get on. I just need to develop a little bit of a feel for how much 36 meters is in terms of our spread, but I would like to start down the end of the field, so I'll just swing up and around. So you can see we have that little area here that we didn't actually get cut the last time. Goodness, this is our biggest tractor, and it's frankly struggling a bit here on the uphill, so we got quite a bit of slurry in here. This is heavy work. But we better try and get unfolded here. I'll zoom out a bit so we can see how far this machine reaches. That is quite some reach, but it is also a large field, so we'll try and get going from here on, and we'll see. I have no idea how quickly this is going to start running out, to be honest. So it says the slurry spreader is on. Ah, okay, if we lower it. There we go. We are away. So the drag hose has now been lowered, and you see this little dark patch there? That was just me double checking yesterday that we could indeed refertilize the grass. So I just wanted to do a little test strip, but this time around we're spreading out some slurry. Like I said, it's not too warm a day. There's a fair gust of wind away from the buildings over here, so it shouldn't be too bad for the neighbors, the fact that we're spreading slurry. But man, it's running down fast, and this tractor is kind of struggling. So it's going to be quite limited how much of this field we're probably going to end up getting covered. In fact, I'm going to cut across here because I think if we can do just the end bits down here, I kind of like the texture change there in the ground. That looks pretty good. We're just gonna swing up and hopefully not hit the fence too hard there. Whoops, this is not the most elegant drawing. This is why we need a GPS unit on the tractor as well. But that's it. Yeah. Well, I suppose we have covered a decent area, but that disappeared pretty quickly. So we can get another tank in a bit. So we might be able to cover off sort of just this bottom part of the field at least. See if we'll get enough for that. But yeah, we might have to think about increasing the horsepower, tuning up some of our engines perhaps. See if we can... this is probably one of our largest pieces of machinery as well. So let's get another 21,000 litres in, and then there'll be about 10,000 plus whatever's at the pigs left for us to pump in. We are done with this spreader. I'm just going to take a quick look. Didn't even get dirty. It's pretty much as clean as the day it rolled out of the factory, so we can put it straight back over in its shed. And then just a couple of jobs then for today. We're going to run down, collect some pig food, because I want to see if we can get the health of the pigs back up again. I don't like the fact that it seems to be continuing to drop all the time. So I'll just put this tanker back and park up the tractor, and then we'll head down with a tractor to load up the pig food and a trailer to load it onto. So we'll use the pickup truck and tow this low loader. Now the only thing I'm wondering about is whether we could fit the Massey tractor directly onto the trailer as we're heading down there. Obviously I'll have to drive back, but you wouldn't be a proper farmer if you weren't trying to save the fuel on having to drive two vehicles down. Might as well. Every penny counts. So the only thing is if the trailer tips dramatically, might have to abandon it, but we're going to give it a shot. Get the ramps lowered here, and then I'll get the Fox onto the Massey. I've cleverly hidden them in here behind the water trailer, so I'll just do a bit of shunting and then we'll be ready. So we got pallet forks on our Massey, and we'll try and see if we can get it up on the back here, and then pull it down to the shop. We just got to make sure it kind of sits right over the axle rather than too far forward on this machine. That looks about right. let's try and see if this works out. Yeah, that seems to be working okay. We're not losing complete power, so we'll head down to the shop like this. So that's the shop just coming into sight here. Now there is a place on the map that's called the feed stores, and I did go looking, but I haven't seen a way to buy animal food at the feed store. It's mainly just a grain sell point, but if somebody knows differently, please do let me know. And as you might be able to see in the rearview mirror, we still have the Massey on board, which of course is great. Let's get the tractor off, and then we can go and talk to the people in the shop and get some pig food ordered. Right, just waiting for somebody to come and serve me, and then we'll get this sorted. So that takes it to us spending about 20,000 on the pig, so I guess it's not too bad. I'll just get those ramps put back up, because now we're going to be putting the pig food pallets on the back instead, and then strapping them down, and the Massey will be driving back instead. So I'll just get this stuff loaded onto the trailer. And here we go. We got 6 pallets of pig food on here now, and yeah, the stacking's probably not going to win any prizes, but it'll stay on. Maybe just put one more on there, and one more on there. We'll get one of our helpers to follow in the tractor here, using the good old follow me. So that's us back on the farm with a load of pig food, and we'll head straight down to the stable and see if we can get the pigs some high quality feed. So if pig food is like the other feed types for the pigs, it should just take 1,000 liters here, but we'll have a little check once we get into the area here. It is certainly unloading. So that's 1,000 liters of pig food. I can see the cleanliness has dropped drastically suddenly for the pigs. So I got some cleaning up to do, but I will spare you the gruesome details of that. And we'll basically say we got some slurry spread. It took a lot of engine power to get that done, but we tried out our drag hose system, and obviously it's got a huge reach. It has raised the issue that we probably do need a more powerful tractor on the farm at some point. We got some pig food for our pigs here. The next interesting thing will be to see whether that means their health is going to start improving again. I hope it's not going to continue deteriorating, otherwise we're going to have to phone the vet or something. But that is it for this episode, everybody. Thank you very much for watching here from Overcord Gaming. If you like the Eiersholt videos, please do hit that like and subscribe button, and I will see you again soon.